The Duke of the Night Shift. The fluorescent lights of the radiology department hummed with a low, rhythmic buzz that matched Elias's growing headache. It was 3 a.m., the hour when the hospital felt less like a place of healing and more like a ghost ship drifting through a sea of shadows. Elias sat behind his desk, surrounded by monitors that displayed the inner landscapes of the human body. He sipped his lukewarm coffee, waiting for the next emergency. The heavy double doors swung open, and a man walked in with a confidence that didn't belong in a trauma center. He wore a velvet coat and a silk cravat, looking like he had just stepped out of a Victorian portrait. "I require your expertise," the man announced, his voice echoing in the sterile hallway. Elias blinked, wondering if he was hallucinating. "I am Maximilian, though most people simply call me the Duke. I have something that requires your immediate attention." Maximilian reached into his coat and produced a small, ornate lead box and a glass vial filled with swirling, iridescent liquids. "These are my latest concoctions," the Duke whispered, holding the vial up to the light. The liquid inside seemed to have a life of its own, pulsing with a faint violet glow. "I need to see the internal structure of this box without breaking the ancient seal. It is a matter of life and death, or perhaps something more." Elias rubbed his eyes and sighed. "Sir, I am a radiographer, not an alchemist. I operate the machines that take the images, but I can't just scan random boxes and glowing juices without an order from a doctor." He pointed to the heavy equipment behind him. "This is a hospital, not a laboratory for mysterious aristocrats." Maximilian didn't seem discouraged. Instead, he leaned over the desk, his eyes sparking with an odd intensity. Before Elias could call security, Dr. Beatrix, the senior radiologist on duty, walked into the room. She was known for her no-nonsense attitude and her ability to read a scan faster than anyone in the city. "What is all this noise, Elias?" she asked, stopping short when she saw the Duke. Beatrix looked from the velvet-clad man to the lead box and then to the glowing vial. To Elias's surprise, she didn't look angry. She looked fascinated. "He says he's a Duke, Dr. Beatrix," Elias explained, gesturing toward Maximilian. The Duke bowed low to the radiologist. "My lady, your reputation precedes you. I believe your radiology department is the only one equipped with the precision I require." Beatrix examined the lead box. "It's a unique request," she admitted. "If we use the CT scanner, we might see through the lead, but the density of those concoctions might cause significant artifacts on the image." They moved the box to the scanning table. As Elias began to calibrate the machine, Maximilian started fiddling with the dials on the control console, his hands moving with frantic energy. "Don't touch that," Elias shouted, jumping forward. "This is $1 million piece of equipment. Don't fuck around with the settings, or you'll fry the entire sensor array." He pushed Maximilian's hands away, his patience finally snapping under the stress of the night shift. The machine groaned and emitted a sharp electrical crackle. A spark flew from the overhead arm, and the Duke jumped back, nearly dropping his vial. "Fuck!" Maximilian cursed, his noble persona slipping for a moment. "Is it ruined? If the seal is broken by a power surge, the contents will be lost forever." He paced back and forth, his velvet coat swishing against the cold tile floor as he clutched the iridescent concoctions to his chest. Beatrix leaned over the monitor, her eyes widening as the first images began to resolve. "Elias, look at this," she whispered. Despite the spark and the Duke's interference, the scan was clear. Inside the lead box, they saw something that defied medical logic. A mechanical heart, gear-driven and delicate, pulsing in perfect synchronization with the glowing vial. "It's not human," the radiologist muttered, "but it's definitely alive." By the time the sun began to rise, the Duke was gone. He had vanished as quickly as he had arrived, leaving only a faint scent of ozone and lavender in the air. On the desk, Elias found a single gold coin and a note written in elegant calligraphy that read, "Efficiency is the soul of science." Elias looked at the gold, then at the empty hallway. He turned to the next scan on his list, wondering if anyone would ever believe the night the radiology department hosted a Duke.